back with some DC K.O. We got some Knightfight.
All night.
All night
All
long.
fight.
This is Cryptcast.
Lionel Richie's Batman. All night long. Hey, if anybody could dance on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Batman.
absolutely. I'm Mike.
I'm Brian.
And we're talking about some Knightfight. And we didn't have anything to talk about last week because there was nothing. There was no DC at all.
Yeah, DC abstained from shipping books for a week, which was kind of okay.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Holiday season, tone it down a bit, give everyone a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and they did go hard the week before.
Yes.
Like, they put out, almost twice as many titles as we have from them, so...
So, this week for KO, we're dealing with Knightfight number 3 by Joshua Williamson and Dan Mora. And, it covers a lot. We got 3 different boys in this one.
Before we get into the meat of it, of the actual events of the book, Dan Mora has to be the greatest Batman concept costume designer ever, period.
He's pretty solid.
Right? Because, at this point, he's designed how many damn costumes for different variations of Batman. And, man, Batman's been around how many years? 80, 90 plus years, whatever.
Sure.
And how many renditions of the costume have we seen?
Countless.
Countless. Even back from, the 60s and shit.
Given Batman, you're talking about minor color changes, cape styles, ear length,
right.
symbol. There's not a lot to work with.
Well, if somebody came up, if I was an artist and I was working for DC and they're like, yeah, we want you to design a new Batman costume for your arc, I'd be like, holy shit, I don't even know what to do at this point. What hasn't been thought of?
Right.
What variation of colors and...
The thing is he gets to map them onto each individual person, and you could kind of inject their personality and their prior costume choices into a new Batman.
Again, which is also part of the great job that he does. For Knightfight specifically, the incorporation into Nightwing's costume into the Batman costume with the blue stripe.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, everything has looked amazing.
Jason Todd's costume has looked cool with the red helmet. Would you think you'd be cool with a red helmeted Batman? It'd be like, no, the cowl has to be black or blue. What are you
In that case, it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kudos to
100%.
him. I am wowed and overall, not only by him, but just overall the endless variations of Batman. Just how many times can you rethink this guy and stay limited to the scalloped cape and the pointy ears and,
I'm a simple man. If I were to pick my favorite Batman costume, it is an all black costume with a bright ass yellow symbol, or
that's Gordon's costume.
Yeah.
Gordon's costume inside the Bat Bunny was just all black with the yellow bat. That was it.
The simplicity of that, or black and gray with a black bat. The larger black bat that kind of goes across the chest a little bit. That.
Yeah.
Those are probably my 2 favorite costumes. And I like a moderate ear length. I don't like tiny little ears, and I hate giant ears.
Yes. It's funny that, you can go too far in either direction. But I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Too small looks dumb.
Yep.
And too big looks way too dumb.
Yeah,
I hate what is it, Joe Kelly? It's no, he can't even walk through a door. Why is he hunched over everything? Because that's how he walks.
Yeah, he has to walk like that. Yeah. There's a Goldilocks zone for ear length.
Yeah.
But
just right.
So the beginning of the issue starts with the end of last issue where Batman is Clayface.
Fighting
Jason. And they're like, I'll fucking kill you! And then, he knocks him off a building as Clayface, and it's like, nah, I can't do that. And he saves Jason, and that turns Jason around going, oh, wait a second. You really think you're Batman? And then he turns back into Batman, and before they could really have a heart-to-heart, the Apocalypse Heart rips Batman out of that scenario.
Well, the Apocalypse Heart gets mad that he saves him and to begin with, because he's like, you cheated.
Yeah, he calls it cheating. Yeah.
I find it interesting that Bruce was deciding to stay.
What do you mean deciding to stay?
He told Jason that he can't leave him there.
Oh, he wants to save him. He wants them to figure it out so he can get him out of Gotham.
Well, he wanted to stay or take Jason. Those were the options. He wanted to take Jason with him, or he's like, I will stay. He's like, Clayface or Batman, I don't care what you think I am. He's like, I will not leave you alone again.
Yeah, he wants to help him. Imagine the guilt that's around Jason.
Wanting to help him is one thing. choosing to stay in a fictional reality is like a step that's like kind of adjacent to Batman. You know, like Batman has the bigger picture in mind always. It's always like the end game. So he's not going to take his mind off the battle that's going on. His point is to get back there to help.
Right.
But what the next issue is going to provide, a scenario where you don't want to leave.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like, we already know what we're getting from that last issue, but to see that it actually comes up again. Like, you know, it comes up prior to that with Jason, where it's like, no, you've been abandoned. Like, you're all by yourself. He's like, I will stay in this fictional world with you. And it's like, well, that's kind of a crazy decision.
I don't think he meant it in quite that sense. I think it was, I'm going to stay here with you and we're going to figure this fuck out.
Maybe.
More so that. You know, Batman's going to save everybody. But he gets bounced out of that reality, right?
Yep.
And then he's kind of like falling through the void, talking with the heart. The heart is very much a character in this issue.
Yeah, the heart's telling him he's going to change the rules and change how it's played.
And it changes everything.
Yeah.
So we find out that the heart is punishing Batman for cheating. He's punishing him because he found a way to cheat. And instead of allowing him back into the competition or back onto Earth, he's been making these realities for him to play with them.
Right.
But he's also been cheating in here because he's refusing to fight. Right?
Right.
So the heart kind of like tells him what's going on in the tournament and lies to him, telling him the Joker's winning. Right? I think he's just, obviously, everything's a manipulation game. And then he makes a new deal with Batman. The heart tells Batman that if he can win in these scenarios, he will put him back in the competition. And that changes shit all over the place.
Yeah, we go fix all our brackets by putting Batman
winning the whole thing. Yeah. So if he wins, whatever the scenarios are, he gets to go back, which is wild. But the heart is also be like, and I'm going to change how I play.
Right.
Like, I'm going to try to hit you where it hurts the most. And then he gets bounced into a Tim world, which we spent about 4 seconds with Tim.
But they're a very cool 4 seconds. Like, Tim is a great Batman who has cleaned up the city, and
there are no unsolved mysteries or cases. Cold cases have all been solved.
He makes a comment about not having to have thrown fisticuffs in a while.
Yeah. The issue, his arc is Clue. It starts with the Clue. It's him in a study with a bunch of people in different colors, and he's talking to Mr. Green and Mrs. White. And
it's fun. It's very 60s, 70s Batman, because he's like in a room solving a crime in front of people. Yes. He's almost boisterous about it. You know, it's like, well, of course this led to that, and that led to this, and and clearly it's this guy, which none of you understood.
Yeah,
and it's just like, yeah, this is great. This is part of Batman I actually miss.
Well, it's just Tim's a super detective.
Right.
He doesn't need to fight anybody.
Right, but like he also we have dark brooding Bruce all the time. You know, there was a point in time in like the 70s and shit where like Bruce was fun and he was solving solving mysteries in a fun way.
Yeah, but the 80s happened, so that can't be allowed anymore.
But like Bruce got off on it. He was like, "Aha, yes, I'm the smartest guy in the room, and I'm gonna smile because I know I'm the smartest guy in the room." And it's like, okay, you're not always like this dark prick, and seeing Tim like behave that way, going, "Yeah, I'm doing the detective shit." It's like, yeah, this is cool.
It was impressive, and it also made me roll my eyes just because of how it was framed as a Clue thing.
Yeah.
But then we find out that like he's doing the Batman thing and he's separating himself from people.
Right. Cassandra and Stephanie reach out to him. They just finish up a job.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, come celebrate with us," or whatever it is.
Yeah, and he's like, nah. He's like, "Gotta go do stuff in a cave," But like, he's gonna dive into the work.
Yeah. Then we find out that Batman has been like inside the programming of the Batcomputer. And is like
for days. He was trapped there for days.
He said like 2 or 3 days.
And he was trying to like find a way to break through.
So he's been hacking through him, and Tim thinks he's getting hacked. He's like, "Oh, been a while since someone's tried to hack, blah 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 blah." And there's like a hack off between the two of them, and Batman eventually gets through, and they have like a heart to heart, and Batman gets to play therapist for Tim.
It was fun too. Like Tim like almost kicks him out of the system at one point, and it's like as he starts to believe that it's really Bruce, and he's like, "Oh shit! Yeah. Like how do I not delete you?"
Yeah, it was a fun little scene.
Yeah. I think it's funny that like, we haven't seen the fourth issue pertaining to Damian, but the Jason fight was brief and it didn't have the point of it wasn't the fight. The point of it was I'm sorry you're alone and I should have been there for you and I'm gonna be there for you kind of deal. And even with Tim, he has the thing. He's like, oh, you haven't solved the one crime. You haven't solved my death. Like, you know, like what? Like,
yeah, Tim was beating himself up for not being able to solve Batman's murder.
Yeah, but like with Nightwing, it was such a guttural fight.
It was a real fight.
It was a real fight.
I think I said that it looked like he was about to kill him.
Yeah, like Nightwing was angry, and it was like he seemed to come off the most hurt.
Well, it was also a scenario where Bruce had killed all the other Robins.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Bruce had went nuts and killed the Robins. So I could see that venom in there. Like, you killed everyone else. Fuck you.
But it's weird because like Dick's decision was then to have an army of Robins. You'd think he would be like, okay, fine, no Robins ever.
No, all Robins, and nothing will ever happen again.
Yeah, all Robins. You know.
But Tim is kind of locked up in the fact that he couldn't solve Batman's murder. Batman comes in and goes, "Oh, look at that! I figured it out."
Yeah.
And Tim's like, "Oh, I just could one more thing," and he was mentally blocking himself from doing it because if he solved it, Batman would really be dead.
Right.
And that's kind of the whole interaction. Because as soon as that happens, they have their little heart to heart. Then the Apocalypse heart bounces him again into another thing, and then he plays really unfair because he wakes up, he's old, he's in Gotham, he's looking out at Crime Alley, but it's like Gotham in the daytime, like you've never seen it before. Everything's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like Metropolis.
Very much, yeah.
Beautiful, clean city.
And then an adult Damien walks in, and the twist here is like, it gets real meta because Damien knows he's in a simulation.
He knows it's a simulation. He knows it's fake.
Well, I think he said the heart made me too smart to not realize what was going on.
He said it's even more pompous than that. He's like, the heart made me too real.
Yeah, I'm too much like the real one, so I figured it out.
Too much like the real me, so I figured it out.
Yeah.
It's like, you dick.
But even then, he goes like, "Hey, I know I'm in a simulation, and you're playing in this big." Like, he knows the whole deal, but he goes, "But look what I have, and what I have to lose, and what I can offer you." And Damien has a son, and he shows him to Bruce. And I think the biggest kick in the dick is he named the son Alfred.
Yeah,
like I felt emotions as soon as he said Alfred. I'm like, "Oh, you got me! You got me!"
That and Grayson was angry and sad and hurt. Jason was sad and hurt.
Mostly sad.
Yeah. And Tim was sad. The scene ends with Tim on his knees in the cave, and Damien's happy.
Oh, you catch more flies in honey in the vinegar, right?
Sure. But I'm just saying, like, what a twist! Like, like Grayson's the happy,
but
the happy kid.
It's the heart. It's the heart's plan. The heart's plan changed, right? It's like, I'm going to make you fight your sons, and now it's turned into, I'm going to entice you to stay.
Right. I'm just saying, it was a weird, like, switch up. That, like, the three, like, Jason's not happy, but Jason can be.
Jason could be.
All right. Jason's had 2 different teams of outlaws. He's hung out with Ravager, like, had a borderline romance with Ravager. Like, he has support characters. He has a network of friends. He's not even remotely as cut off and curmudgeon-y as Bruce. But the 3 of them being sad, even in their successes of cleaning up the city and being good Batmen, they were still unhappy people. I thought that was kind of interesting. It's like, to be Batman is less happy.
Yeah, well, again, less and less degrees, because it started as the heart going, "You're going to fight your son," and it's Dick with an army of Robins he has to fight, and he's mad. And then you go to Red Hood, and Jason's there, and he's like, "You're going to fight me, but I'm also sad." But Tim is okay. Like, he's sad that, like, he lost Bruce, but he cleaned up Gotham. There's nothing there. Like, it's still a positive overall, and there's no incentive to fight him. It is just manipulating him into it.
But still, like, with his interactions with the rest of the Bat family, there's kind of implications that, like, he's not as...
He fell into the Bruce trap.
Right, fell into the Bruce trap. Yeah. Like, whereas Tim, not so much now, but, like, early 2000s Tim, late 90s Tim, I don't know how many times in a comic he'd throw it in Bruce's face. He goes, "I'm nothing like you. I have friends."
Yeah.
He has said that to him, which is like, kind of like, yeah, don't worry about me. I'm not going to be like you. I'm always going to ask my friends for help.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is Batman has lots of friends. He has lots of family, and he's always going, "I gotta do it alone."
See, that's the thing. I don't think he has any friends. I think he has the family, and I think
him and Superman are actual friends.
I don't.
I think they are. They complement each other incredibly well.
I think there's a lot of camaraderie there, and I think they're written like friends in certain circumstances, but I don't truly believe they're friends. Because Batman's too much of a failsafe guy. He's always going to have kryptonite. He's always going to plan for that guy to go,
hey, look, if you went crazy, I'd shoot you in the face too. Like, it's just, you plan.
but did you plan to do it ahead of time?
What?
Do you have a gun?
Do I have a Brian gun?
Right, exactly.
No, I don't own I don't own a Brian gun.
Right, that's good to know. I appreciate that. But you know what I'm saying? As close as he is to even Diana,
but you're not
where
like
they
a god.
borderline had a love interest, at some point, they're still all at arm's length because they all have their own titles and their own respective universes to deal with. The only time you ever, like when they come together in like Justice League, they come together as like the oldest friends and they're sitting down for a meal and it's awkward and stiff because they're not friends. They're not written in constant cohesion. You get the best friendship out of Batman and Superman in World's Finest. And it's just them working in tandem. Because that's when you get them working the best in tandem.
Right. So much stuff is inconsistent through comics, right?
Absolutely.
It's constantly inconsistent. But the examples are there of them being friends. And the other thing is, it's DC. So you know what we don't see? People out of costume hanging out very often. That happens once in a flying blue moon. You get more of that in Marvel. So it's harder to peg those moments.
But that's what I'm saying. You can pick out like half a dozen Marvel characters that you believe are friends. You can pick out characters that have histories of animosity, like Scott and Logan, who now have a respect and understanding for each other and are friends.
Yeah, they felt like they grew as people.
Yeah, they grew as people. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like there's any growth in DC characters. They're like stuck in stasis.
Yes, but that happens constantly. But just taking what they have given us sparingly over the decades, I would say that they are friends.
And people love to shit on fucking Tony Daniel run. I think that's the most that they've ever been friends. There's more interactions in that run than anything else. The case in point, the Bachelor... Well, not the bachelor party. The announcement. Where Catwoman's like, "Are you going to tell Superman? Are you going to tell Clark?"
Right.
And he's like, "No." And she's like, "What do you mean? He's your best friend." He's like, "No, he's not." Right? He has the argument. He goes, "He's your best friend." He goes, "No, he's not." He goes, "Who's your best friend?" He's like, "What does he say? Alfred?" He answers. He goes like Alfred, or he's like Grayson. He's like, if it's not Alfred, it's Grayson. If it's not Grayson, it's Lucius Fox. If it's not that, it's Ace. It's a dog.
But you still get, like, remember the date issue?
Yeah.
The date issue was cool. They went to the
fair.
They all swap clothes. Yeah. That was like, you get shit like that where it's like clearly they're friends. Even currently, the prelude where the Trinity are playing that board game before DC K.O. starts.
Yeah.
You hang out with your friends and play a board game.
But I'm saying that's the first time you've ever seen. It's the only time I've ever seen them like at a table, like talking like that.
Yeah, same. It felt very weird.
It was very weird.
Yeah.
The only other time I've seen that was in Kingdom Come when they met in the coffee shop. Like, they don't do that.
Because DC characters don't feel like people.
It's because DC characters have all built their own universes, and apart from crossovers in the Justice League, they stay in their damn houses. Yeah, Marvel's got zany neighbors that knock on the door for a cup of sugar all the time. Hey, can I borrow a villain? Team up! Let's go!
So, getting back to Knightfight, just we went on a long tangent there. I don't want to say it's my favorite issue, but there's more going on in this one than there has been in the past couple.
I mean, shit, you got 3 Robins in one issue.
Yeah, we got a
closure to Jason.
We got closure.
A whole thing, even though it was brief. And a nice, tasty setup for the last issue.
Yeah. So if they do it right, next issue will be my favorite issue. If they do it right.
What's funny though is that, like, for a MacGuffin, for a inanimate object, the heart of Apocalypse has now become this whole. Like, it has a personality.
It's a character. It is not a MacGuffin. It is a character.
But it's supposed to be something that, like, empowers the next dark side.
Yeah, but like, it's sentient. It's been the whole time.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's odd that it's sentient. Now that it's sentient, it's like, does he take over the host? Does the heart take over the host, or does the host get the power?
You just get the power. And it's like a funnel, right? Like it's there. Like,
but what happens to his personality?
I don't know.
Like, does it stay a second personality inside the host's head?
Maybe it could constantly be influencing you with the amount of Omega energy. Like,
and where did this personality come from? Like, where, like. If you're sentient, you came from somewhere.
This is all new ground, man. No idea, but I don't know.
Well, it's got to be a good event because I still have questions.
Hopefully, you don't have too many questions by the end.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
But I think that's it. You got anything else to say about it?
No.
That's it. Yeah.
It's good. It's good so far. It's been worth reading. It's a bit, in my opinion, it's a better DC event that's happened in years.
Yeah, I'm just rolling back trying to think of anything, but yeah, I agree.
I didn't like metal. I didn't like death metal. I don't like.
Yeah.
I mean, Absolute Power. Absolute Power was okay.
Absolute Power.
This definitely feels more fun.
Absolute Power was good, but Absolute Power was also directly leading into this. So at least there's some key connectivity, you know. Absolute Power is a whole lot less ridiculous, and it kind of like dealt with like social issues and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like connecting the two, it is still very good. That's it.
That's it.